The US just rewrote the rules of air warfare, all of them. 185 next-generation fighters, each one commanding up to 8 AI-driven combat drones. That's nearly 1,500 armed platforms ready to take the sky at the same time. The F-47 is not coming. It is already being built. This is the most powerful combat aircraft the United States has ever produced. And everything you thought you knew about air power just became history. But here's what most people are missing. This jet doesn't just fly faster or shoot farther. It runs the whole show. It commands a swarm of armed, intelligent drones in real time, each one capable of attacking, jamming, or scouting on its own. So what happens when you put 185 of these jets in the sky, each leading 8 combat drones? You don't have a fleet. You have a force that no enemy on Earth has ever faced before. Let's break it all down, because the full story is even bigger than the headline. Introduction. Welcome to Jet Insight, where we cover the military stories that matter most. No fluff, no filler, just the real story, told straight, for people who love this country and the men and women who defend it. Today is a big one. We're talking about the Boeing F-47, the most advanced fighter jet ever built by any nation on Earth. We're talking about the 1,500 combat platforms it's set to lead into battle. And we're talking about what this means for the future of U.S. air power, and why rivals like China are watching every single move very closely. If you're someone who's proud of the U.S. military and everything it stands for, drop the word "I love military" in the comments right now. We love seeing this community show up. How the F-47 was born. To understand how big this moment really is, you have to understand where it started. For years, the F-22 Raptor sat at the top of the food chain, faster than almost anything in the sky. Nearly invisible to radar, the best air-to-air fighter the world had ever seen, and for a long time the US was comfortable sitting on that lead. But the world didn't sit still. China kept building, Russia kept developing, and US Air Force leaders started asking a serious question: how long before the F-22 stops being enough? That question gave birth to a program called NGAD, Next Generation Air Dominance. The goal was simple on paper: build a replacement for the F-22 that would put America so far ahead that no rival nation could even dream of catching up. For years, that program moved quietly in the background. Test flights happened in secret as early as 2020. Details stayed locked down. But on March 21st, 2025, President Trump walked up to a microphone and made it official. The U.S. had a winner. Boeing got the contract.
After a rigorous and thorough competition between some of America's top aerospace companies, the Air Force is going to be awarding the contract for the next generation air dominance platform to Boeing. As you know, it was highly competed for. There was a lot of competition.
And the jet was officially named the F-47. The name carried serious weight. The 47 honored the legendary P-47 Thunderbolt, the iconic American fighter that dominated the skies in World War II. It also recognized 1947 as the founding year of the U.S. Air Force. And it paid tribute to the 47th President of the United States, who gave the program the green light to move forward. Boeing's contract was worth more than $20 billion. And the mission was clear: build the world's first 6th-generation fighter jet. The F-22 was 5th generation. The F-35 is 5th generation. The F-47 is in a different category entirely, a full generation ahead. And the gap between the two is hard to overstate. What makes the F-47 unlike anything before it? Here's where things get really interesting. The F-47 doesn't just fly faster or carry more weapons. It does everything better, in ways that would have seemed like science fiction just 15 years ago. Let's start with stealth. The F-22 is already one of the most invisible aircraft ever built. Engineers rate it as Stealth Plus, a designation that means its radar signature is about the size of a metal marble. For comparison, that's already 50 times smaller than the F-35. The F-47 is rated Stealth Plus, a full category above the F-22. That means it is even harder to detect, even harder to track, and even harder to target. Some reports suggest that even the most advanced enemy radar systems available today would struggle to get a reliable lock on it during combat conditions. Then there's speed. The F-47 flies faster than Mach 2. For those keeping count, that's over 1,300 miles per hour. At that speed, it can reach a target, deliver a strike, and exit the area before most enemy systems have fully processed what just happened. Range is another massive step forward. The F-47 carries a combat radius of more than 1,000 nautical miles. That means it can fly deep into heavily defended enemy territory, carry out a mission, and return home all without stopping to refuel mid-flight. That kind of range gives U.S. commanders flexibility that simply didn't exist before. And here's something that often surprises people, despite being more advanced than anything ever built. The F-47 is expected to cost less per aircraft than the F-22. Smarter manufacturing, better planning, and a serious push to keep the program affordable have all played a role in making that happen. The U.S. military didn't just want the best. They wanted the best they could actually afford to field in large numbers. And that's exactly what Boeing delivered. The drone force behind the number 1,500. Now here is where the story truly becomes something different. The F-47 was never designed to fight alone. It was built from day one to lead a team. The U.S. Air Force has been developing a program called CCA, Collaborative Combat Aircraft. These are advanced, armed, AI-controlled drones. Not the kind of simple remote-controlled drones you see in news footage. These are full-sized, fighter-like unmanned aircraft built to fly directly alongside the F-47 and respond to its commands in real time. Think of the F-47 pilot as the quarterback. The drones are the players running the plays. Each F-47 can control up to 8 of these CCA drones simultaneously. Now run the numbers. 185 F-47 fighters, each leading up to 8 combat drones. That works out to nearly 1,480 armed platforms operating together in the sky at once. Round it up, and you get the number that's turning heads across every military analysis community on the planet. 1,500 combat platforms. This is where the title of today's video comes from. And now that you understand the math, you understand why this changes everything. The US military isn't just buying a new jet. It is buying an entirely new way of fighting. A force multiplier that the world has genuinely never encountered before. But here is something most people haven't stopped to think about. These drones aren't just there to follow the F-47 around. Some of them are specifically designed to go into the places where no human pilot ever should. The most dangerous airspace on the planet. Areas packed with advanced anti-aircraft missiles, radar systems, and ground-based defenses. The drones go in first. They draw out enemy fire. They map the defenses. They jam radar signals. They act as decoys. And when the enemy is exposed, confused, and out of position, the F-47 is right there, ready to finish what the drone started. It is one of the smartest tactical concepts in the history of air warfare, and it is moving from planning documents into real hardware right now. The 2 drones being built right now. 2 companies are already building these CCA drones and putting them through real flight tests. The first is General Atomics, which developed a drone called the YFQ-42A. In February 2026, the aircraft received an official nickname, Dark Merlin, named after a type of bird known for speed and precision. The Dark Merlin completed its first flight in August 2025. General Atomics has described it as being built for fighter-like agility and speed, not just for reconnaissance, but for real air-to-air combat capability. The second company is Anduril Industries, which built a drone called the YFQ-44A, nicknamed Fury. Anduril's Fury completed its first flight in October 2025. By early 2026, Anduril was already integrating weapons systems into the Fury and preparing for its first live-fire weapons test. Both drones are currently being tested and refined to fly alongside crewed jets like the F-22 and the F-35 in the near term, and alongside the F-47 once it enters full service. The U.S. Air Force has said it plans to buy more than 1,000 of these CCA drones in total, in multiple batches, referred to as increments, each more capable than the last. And the funding to back all of this up is already locked in. The 2026 defense budget allocated $804 million specifically for the CCA drone program, a sharp jump from previous years. The F-47 itself received $3.5 billion in that same budget cycle. The U.S. is not dabbling in this technology. It is going all in. How the F-47 commands its drone team in battle. Let's talk about what this actually looks like in a real combat situation. The F-47 pilot doesn't just fly the jet. He commands the entire formation. Onboard AI systems process data streaming in from all the drones in real time. What they're seeing, where threats are located, how the enemy is responding, which targets are opening up. The pilot gets a clear, organized picture of the battlefield, and he makes the calls. He can tell individual drones to push forward and scout a target. He can send drones to jam enemy radar systems. He can position drones as decoys to draw fire away from the F-47 itself. And when the moment is right, he can direct drones to strike, all through a secure communication link that is designed to be nearly impossible for any enemy to interrupt or take control of. What this means in practice is that one U.S. pilot can effectively run a coordinated strike operation that would have previously required an entire squadron working together. The F-47 compresses that capability into a single cockpit. Military experts call this concept affordable mass, a way of putting more firepower in the sky at lower cost with far less risk to the lives of American pilots. The U.S. military has always been at its best when it fights smarter, and the F-47 system is the clearest proof of that in the modern era. One important point worth highlighting: the AI handles data, options, and drone management. But the final decision on any weapons use stays with the human pilot. American values are built into this system from the ground up. How this changes the global picture. China knows this program is moving fast, and the reaction from Beijing has been telling. In early 2025, China rushed to reveal what appeared to be two new advanced fighter jets. Images spread across social media overnight. Defense analysts around the world scrambled to assess what they were looking at. But here is the reality check. Even China's most advanced new jets are believed to be roughly in the same performance category as the F-35 in terms of actual combat capability. They carry some stealth features. They are fast. But they do not have the integrated drone command system the F-47 brings. They do not have the same level of AI processing, and they do not have the deep, combat-tested engineering experience that U.S. aerospace has built over many decades. Russia's situation is even more difficult. Years of economic strain and the enormous cost of the war in Ukraine have put Russian aviation development seriously behind where it was a decade ago. The honest read from defense experts is this: when the F-47 enters service, it will give the United States a lead in air combat technology that no rival nation will realistically close for at least a decade, possibly much longer. American pilots have always been the best trained in the world. Now they are going to be flying the most advanced machine in the world. That combination is exceptionally difficult for any adversary to plan around. The road ahead and the timeline. So when does all of this actually land? The program is moving at a pace that would have surprised people just a few years ago. Boeing began manufacturing the first full-scale F-47 prototype almost immediately after winning the contract. Air Force Chief of Staff General David Alvin put it plainly in 2025, "We're ready to go fast. We have to go fast." He was referring directly to the speed at which China was developing new aviation technology. The first flight of the F-47 prototype is targeted for 2028. The aircraft is set to become fully operational by 2029. And the complete fleet, all 185 jets along with their drone teams, is expected to be in place through the early 2030s. The CCA drones are already flying and being tested today, ahead of the F-47's arrival. The plan is to have combat-ready drone wingmen fully developed and deployed before the F-47 even enters its first operational squadron. That way, the moment the F-47 shows up, the full team is ready. Boeing's factory in St. Louis, Missouri, a historic home of American fighter jet production, is being fully revitalized to support this effort. Jobs, investment, and American manufacturing firepower are all being poured into this program. Why every American should care. Some people step back and wonder, why does this matter to me? I'm not in the military. I don't work at a defense company. How does an expensive new jet affect my life? The answer has always been the same throughout American history. Every time the United States maintains true air superiority, conflicts stay shorter. Enemies think twice before making moves. American troops on the ground stay safer because the sky above them is controlled. And in many cases, the simple knowledge that the U.S. holds a dominant air advantage stops potential conflicts from ever starting in the first place. The F-47 is not just a weapon, it is a deterrent. A statement of American resolve. A clear message that the U.S. will not give up its lead in technology, in strength, or in the protection of its people and its allies. From the P-51 Mustang in World War II, to the F-86 Sabre during the Korean War, to the F-15 Eagle through the Cold War, to the F-22 Raptor that redefined the modern era, every great step forward in American air power has made this nation and its people safer. The F-47 is the next chapter in that story. And unlike some chapters in history that were written in crisis, this one is being written with clear eyes, serious funding, and a national commitment to staying ahead. Conclusion: 185 F-47 fighters, nearly 1,500 combat platforms. The most advanced air combat system any nation on Earth has ever assembled, and it belongs to the United States. The future of warfare is not on its way. It is already being built. If this